Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om 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 Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 1, and continuing in the purport of Text 1. I'll read the shloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadyasya yata anvayadi taratascha tesha vignyasvarat tene brahma hridaya adi kavaye mudyanti asuraya tejovari mridam yatha vinimayo yatrati sarvam risha amna svena sadanirasta puhakam satyam param dhimadi. O my Lord Sri Krishna, Son of Vasudeva, all pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternal, eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Hare Krishna. I'm wondering why you put the volume low. No, it's okay. This was not on the explanation. Purport. Srimad-Bhagavatam is the narration of the Swarup of the Lord manifested by his internal potency. And this potency is distinguished from the external potency which has manifested the cosmic world, which is within our experience. Srila Vyasadeva makes a clear distinction between the two in this shloka. Srila Vyasadeva says herein that the manifested internal potency is real, whereas the external manifested energy in the form of the material existence is only temporary and illusory, like the mirage in the desert. In the desert mirage, there is no actual water. There is only the appearance of water. Real water is somewhere else. The manifested cosmic creation appears as reality, but reality of which this is but a shadow is in the spiritual world. Absolute truth is in the spiritual sky, not the material sky. In the material sky, everything is relative truth. That is to say, one truth depends on something else. This cosmic creation results from interaction of the three modes of nature, and the temporary manifestations are so created as to present an illusion of reality to the bewildered mind of the conditioned soul, who appears in so many species of life, including the higher demigods like Brahma, Indra, Chandra, and so on. In actuality, there is no reality in the manifested world. There appears to be reality, however, because of the true reality which exists in the spiritual world, where the personality of Godhead eternally exists with his transcendental paraphernalia. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Gudare Shilade Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Prachadini Devi Shesha Srimari Bharachatari Shatadini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasini Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Srimad-Bhagavatam is the narration of the Swarup of the Lord, manifested by his internal potency. Swarup means his form, his original form. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead has Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has many forms, different forms. So Swarup, his actual form, original, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajan. Actual form is Krishna form. The form of Krishna is the original, and as Brahma Samhita explains, Dipa Chireva hi Dashantanam Abhyupetya Dipayate Vivita Hetu Samana Dharma Yastadhi Vishnu Taya Vibhati, that the original candle lights so many other candles. Those candles are equal in potency. But we make a distinction of that the original candle was a particular one. So in the same way, Swarup, the original form of Godhead is Krishna. And other forms, they are coming from Krishna form for different reasons. For example, different devotees want to worship the Lord in different form. And he wants to enjoy certain rasa. He comes. The form of Krishna is manifested by his internal potency. This is given in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 6. A verse where Krishna clearly says that my form is spiritual. I come in my Atma Maya, in my spiritual energy. When I descend in my original form, in my spiritual form, not taking a body like us. So Krishna has many forms. Parasya Shakti Vividaiva Shruyati. Different forms and different energies. But all the energies can be divided into three. Antaranga, Bahiranga, and Tatastha Shakti. The Tatastha Shakti does. Bahiranga Shakti, actually this purport is speaking about this point. That his internal potency and the potency which manifested the cosmic world, this material world, is different. The potency by which Krishna is existing is internal energy. And this material world is an external energy. They are different energies. It's distinguished here. So Vyasa makes a clear distinction between the two in this shloka. For us who are in this material world, we are under the Maya Shakti. Maya Shakti is external. And therefore, we are under karma, Maya. Avidya, karma, samgyaniya, tritriya shakti rishyate. Vishnu Purana says that the third energy manifests karma. Karma means the desire to do an action for my sense enjoyment. That comes under the external energy. So it is painful. It will be because it's under Maya. Avidya, karma, samgyaniya, tritiya shakti rishyate. Vidya, karma. Avidya is ignorance. Ignorance of our identity of God. So when one begins process of bhakti, he comes out of that energy, out of the external energy. Then he's in the internal energy. It's a completely different effect. We practically will see someone who's doing bhakti, he looks like us, same thing. He's doing everything the same. I mean, if someone is not doing bhakti, he may think like that. That he's working, I'm working, he has a house, I have a house, he's doing the same things as me, but he's under the internal energy. He's not being dictated by Maya and karma. The living entity here in this material world has been given this material body, and material body is not his property, it's coming under Maya. Because it comes under Maya, it's working according to Maya. And each body has certain tendency, certain desire, certain likes and dislikes. And that body is impelled. We are seated in the body, and it's impelled to act a certain way, depending on what species of life you are, or even within the human form, what is the nature of that body we're inhabiting. So Prakriti Kriyamanani, Vinaikamani, Sarvasha, Ahank, Kriyamanani. Prakriti Kriyamana, the activities are being carried out by Prakriti, the three modes of nature. They're pushing us. Ahankar Vimudatma Kartaham iti maniyate. Due to Ahankar, false identity, false understanding of who we are, what we are, then we are thinking that I am doing it, I am doing this. No, it's not. Vyasadeva now in this part of in the shloka is explaining because if we speak about Krishna, we speak about his form, himself, his nature, Rupa, his form, Guna, Rupa, Leela, his activities. And so here Vyasadeva is speaking about his energies. What are the different energies? So he says here, Muhyanti yat surayaha, tene brahma hridaya alikave, muhyanti yat surayaha, tejavari mridam yata vinamayo yata tisargom risha. Here he's speaking about the energies. Okay, so he's explaining Muhyanti yat surayaha. Surya are the demigods, higher beings. Surya means devotee. And this context means the devotees, the demigods, devatas. So, Muhyanti, they are also bewildered. Muhyanti Atsuraya. Why are we speaking about them? Because they are higher than us. They are known as Amar, deathless. Not that they are deathless, but because they have such a long life. So they are known as Amar, and we look up to them because, not devotees, but people understand these are more powerful beings. They can give us things. So they try to appease them and worship them and try to get their favor. So, but in this verse it says, they're even deluded. Mohyanti Yatsura. They also get into Maya, as we can see from Brahma Vimohan Lila and that Gordhan Lila, Indra, Brahma, great personalities became bewildered. They couldn't understand. He was supreme. He says, by him even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. And the example given, as one is bewildered by illusory representation of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Then Prabhupada speaks about the mirage. The mirage is that we see a body of water where it's not there. Okay, so that analogy is given that we are seeing water where it's not there. Water seen on land. But there is such a thing as water. There is such a thing as water, but it's not there. That is not it. So we know that existence is there. And similarly, in this material world, there is an ephemeral sense of happiness. That is imaginary. It's not there. It's not there. And it's like the proverbial donkey, which has a stick tied on the back and a carrot hanging, and donkey is always trying to get that carrot. And that is the so the master. Sorry, okay, come, and making him walk. He may never get that food. So similarly, we are being led by Maya. There we are being cheated because anyone who has material desires, Maya will extricate, take it out. Say, okay, you have the desire, enjoy it, do it. And leading us on and on and on. And through Maya, then we are cheated of the supreme goal of life. It supposedly takes one away from Krishna. If we allow it to, because inside you have so many desires. So the job of Maya is to take out the desire. Until you give up, okay, I don't want that desire. Okay, then you can have Krishna. So that the job of Maya is like that. It says that Tejavari mridam yatra vinamayo yatrati sarvam rasha. Yatra Tejavari. Teja, fire, vari, water, mridam. Yatra three sarga. Three modes of creation. appear factual, but they are not. Amrisha. Amrisha. It says here, Sri Sargo Amrisha, that by him, this material world, which is not factual, appears factual. Why isn't it factual? Fact. Factual. That word maybe comes in Sanskrit. What does it mean? Vastavik. Vastavik. Vastu means the substance. This is not the actual substance that we are seeking. Here, people want to be happy, have a good government, good friends, plenty, be prosperous and happy. That is because that's what we do. Vaikuntha, it's like that in Goloka. So we want to be like that, but it cannot be, because the very one example someone gave, because it's the photocopy. The photocopy looks like the original, but it's not. Another example that was given is like there's a light falling here. You can see the sunlight, and you can see my hand. Then I'm putting here and blocking the light, and a shadow comes. Shadow is a result of the this hand is coming from the hand, the shadow. It's blocking the sun. So I'm looking at the shadow and I can get some idea that there is something. Because there's a shadow, definitely the substance is there. So the actual substance cannot be compared to the shadow. That shadow is not having all the properties of the actual substance. My hand is like in 3D, and it has variegatedness, so many colors and texture and everything. But that shadow is just a shadow. So we cannot compare it. So this material world is a shadow reflection. It's a shadow. And in the shadow, you cannot find the substance. You cannot. And people who don't have that knowledge, they will be seeking it. You can't find water in a desert. Someone who doesn't have that knowledge will go there. Similarly, you cannot find happiness in the place where Krishna is absent. Actually, Krishna is not absent anyway, but he's unmanifest to us. So there you cannot find happiness, because Rasa Vaisaha, container of happiness, is Krishna. But he's not here, not manifest. And we came under that external potency. So in that place, we're looking for happiness, which is not there. That's not intelligent. But someone who doesn't have that knowledge, he'll seek it. He'll come here and start seeking after that which is not there. And then we'll become like the donkey. He's ever trying to reach the carrot. Or the animal in the desert, ever trying to reach that mineral. He cannot reach it. People realize this at old age. You see people at old age are very wise. They realize what a mistake I did. And then they tell the younger generation and they'll notice. So it's better to realize in the beginning through proper education. Gurukul was there. Now, okay, at least Prabhupada's books. By reading, you form a proper idea of what is this material world. And don't go after that which you cannot get. Not in this place where it's not factual, it's not real. It's real in the sense, it is real, it's from Krishna, Krishna is real. But what it's portraying to be, it's not. Really, actually, I am not this body, this is not the family, society, and I think I'm earning my money and maintaining myself and the family. No, we are not. That is karma. So actually, what this world appears to be is not that. And how is that? How did this happen? Krishna's energy, Krishna's material energy made this world by his energy. It says in the shloka, by him, this material world, which appears to be factual, is not. It's by his energy. In the material sky, okay, it says here, but the reality of which this is but a shadow is in the spiritual world. Which verse in Gita speaks about this? Correct, yeah. 15:1 speaks about the upside down banyan tree. which is also in Upanishads. Upanishads speak about tree of work. You keep saying tree of work. Sanskrit might be kalpa, vriksha, karma vriksha, something. The tree of work. The tree came about by work. Work means karma. By desire to enjoy this world, it manifested to us. Our conditioning, our material body is manifested from our desire to enjoy this world. And more we want to desire, more we become firmly bound to the artificial, this world. The more we desire, we try to our best to enjoy it more and more firmly. The tree is rooted. And we are not, so the tree is basically our material existence. So the fact that this world is here tells us there is a higher order, which is perfect. In the same way that one sees water in the desert, which is not actually there. And so there is such a thing as water, but it's not here. Therefore, we understand there is such a thing as water. So in this material world, the fact that we are seeking happiness, we are seeking perfection and balance and harmony, it does exist. Well, otherwise, why should I be looking for it? Why is that conception in my mind? We all experience that perfection at one time. Now we are deluded, so we cannot understand what it is, where to get it. But the fact that we are seeking, it means it's there. The conception is in our mind that I'm looking for this, I'm looking for it. Actually, we're looking for Goloka. We don't know. We did not want to know, so it's been covered. In the material sky, everything is a relative truth. It's true only pertaining to this material world. Actual reality is not here. This is a relative reality. It depends on something. Wealth is not really wealth. Our identity is not really that. This is not the actual truth. Okay? There's one truth which depends on something else in this material world. This truth depends on other things. The cosmic creation results from interaction of three modes of nature. It says, Yatra Tri Sargo Amrisha, manifested by the three modes of nature, which is Krishna's energy, this material world. It manifests from the three modes. And this cosmic creation is so created as to present an illusion of the reality to the bewildered mind of the conditioned soul. And he appears in different species to try to enjoy it. Actually, the world is created to produce an illusion. It is for us to act out our desired reality. Just like you see a small child, she sees the mother cooking, the child, girl child, and says, I also want to do that. You small kids, you cannot cook. You don't know how to light a fire, how to cook. Okay, so mother will buy the plastic oven, plastic cups, plastic spoon, and then the child will pretend to cook and feel happy. Okay, I'm cooking. And I made something, eat it, and you pretend to eat it just so the child is happy. Nothing, actually, it's not the real thing. Or same like the boy child, he sees the father driving a car. I want to drive a car. You can't. Okay, I'll buy it. He buys a toy car. Then he's driving the car. He's feeling I'm the same. He's driving a real car. But I'm driving this, but it's the same thing. So that is a drama. It's not real. So here, we are thinking that I'm in this world, I'm this, I'm that. I'm a controller, I'm a maintainer. It's not. It's a drama. Why? Because we desire that which we cannot get. We can't get it. We can't be master. That's not the plan of the soul. We have to be in oneness with the creation. So the three modes of material nature manifested this world to bewilder us to think, okay, we can enjoy it. And so we try to enjoy it and living in this creation. But after trying to enjoy many lifetimes, Bahunam Janmanamante, Jnanavanmam Prapadyate, then one comes to Vasudeva. And he begins to realize there is something wrong here because I'm seeking happiness, I'm doing all these things, I'm getting little happiness, little, not so much. Also, I'm doing the same thing. He doesn't think that, but he has some perception that I'm fed up of it. I'm doing it again and again, same thing. And so then he begins to question and search. He realizes the temporality of the material world. Or he has some very bad experience. When he has a bad experience, then he has a whole different view on this material world. Like, and he's thinking, wow, so it's capable of so much suffering. And then desire to enjoy goes. I don't want to enjoy anymore. Because what if that suffering comes again? It's so bad. I want to get out. Just like you have a friend, you talk nicely, your friend, one day he'll become maybe so angry, and then after that, and he argues with you. After that, you may not continue the friendship. You're thinking, what a person. He has this kind of thought, he spoke like that. So unless you're a proper Brahman, who will forgive you? Most people won't forgive you. So they have the bad experience. So then again, you cannot go back to that friendship. So similarly, we are enjoying in this world, but we experience the bad side of Maya, the really heavy side, bad karmas. And then our thought is, let me get out of here. What is going on? How can I suffer so much? So that is a blessing in one way. So Brahma, when he speaks about Krishna, he's speaking about internal potency. He speaks about that, but he's also speaking about external energy. This is also Krishna's. Some school in the Vedic thought they think that Maya is greater than Krishna, covers him, or greater than. Yeah. So he's also a product of Maya. Or some are thinking that Maya Shakti is the only thing. There is no spiritual energy. They don't understand Vaikuntha, transcendental, and so they will be worshippers of Lord Shiva. But a verse in Bhagavatam explains this point, that Vyasadeva, when he was writing, he wrote all the Vedas, then Narad Muni came to him because he was despondent and not happy, even though he wrote so much knowledge. So he understood the cause, and then Narad Muni told him, you didn't write about the glories of the Lord, directly explain his pastimes and his form directly. So then it said that Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Prahini Pro Malay. Vyasadeva closed his eyes and meditated in full bhakti without any material desire. Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak, completely Pranihito Malay, without any dosh, any material desire. Apashatam Purusham Purnam Mayam Shatadapashrayam. Then he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. And it says, Mayam Chatat Apashrayam. He saw also Maya. Mayam Chatat Apashrayam, who was subservient to Vishnu. Chatat Apashrayam. So from Bhagavatam, from Vyasadeva, from the Vedas, we understand clearly that Maya is taken shelter of Vishnu. So Vyasadeva is discussing the deluding potency by which Muyanti Asurya, the demigods, also bewildered. That deluding potency, which is made up of the three Sargo Amrasha, which creates this material world, of the three modes, that potency is under Krishna. It's an energy of Krishna. It can never cover Krishna because it says in that shloka, Amrasha, it's under, it's Mayam Chatat Apashrayam. Maya, when he saw the vision of the Supreme Lord, that Maya was subservient to him, subservient to Vishnu. So we can see in this way that Krishna's energy, one of them is the Maya Shakti, can never cover him. And so when people say that the Supreme gets covered and therefore he's in Maya and he has to come out of that And Mayavadis, they say that Krishna is a material body, material form, everything material. No, it's not true. Otherwise, that means it covered him. How is it possible? And this shloka says that it's under him. Maya is under him. So that's a wrong idea. It is one of his energies. Krishna has Parasya Shakti Vivedaiva Shruyate. Svabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriya. Krishna's energies are unlimited and variegated. And Svabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriya. They act automatically. Automatically they act. Svabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriya. He'll desire something, it will happen. Jnana Bala Kriya. The energy for it to happen and the activity, automatically everything will happen. Krishna's energy. And this material world, therefore, is functioning separate from him, fully. He's not interfering. But he just, on its own, it's functioning under him by his will. That's why he's not directly manifested. Swabhaviki, automatically, but under him. It's one of his energies. This energy cannot be seen. If you want to know Krishna, we have to know all his energies. So we have to know also the material energy, especially because we are under it. And Bhagavatam explains this in great detail. The material energy is explained. Whole chapters are given by Lord Kapila. Lord Kapila in the 3rd canto, the explanation, understanding material nature. He says, understanding material nature. And another section is principles of how material nature functions that we should know. Who can know that? Scientists cannot know. Scientists are studying material nature, but their problem is they're not studying it connected to Krishna. They see it as disconnected. So they not understand how it works. Even material nature is known best by spiritualists. Just because they know about Krishna, this is his energy, they'll understand how Krishna is entered into everything, is manifesting, and how everything is working. Krishna entered into the atom, into this planets, he entered into everything. And how he's managing this whole creation, that is given in Bhagavatam. That he expanded into different forms, which are working separate from him. The 3 Vishnus. 3 Vishnus explained in Bhagavad Gita, in one verse in the purport of Prabhupada, I think 7.4, Bhagavad Gita. There he says, one who knows the 3 Vishnus, they know everything. These 3 Vishnu expanded from Krishna. So the material world of Krishna is one of his energies. And if you want to know that, you have to know Krishna. Immediately, if we know Krishna, everything becomes knowledgeable, becomes known. Bhagavad Gita gives few verses, and people become enamored by that energy, the Shakti of Krishna. Then what about Krishna himself? How great he must be. So scientists and people who are so much attracted by this material world, they're studying this material world and they're glorifying it. Very good, okay. But just one verse says, Krishna says that yad vibhutimat sattvam srimad urjitam eva tatat iva vakachatvam mamatejamsha sambhava. In this material world, you think it's so beautiful, opulent, glorious. Yad vibhutimat sattvam srimad urjitam eva va. Whatever there is opulent, beautiful, or powerful in this creation, mama teja angsh, it's my small part. The drop of my greatness, beauty, and everything.
The number of this.
That is the last slok of 10. Last but one. Yeah.
10 chapter.
Yeah. The second to last verse of chapter 10. Because actually, chapter 10, Krishna is explaining his glories, his vibhuti, power, greatness. If we do that, that is something wrong. Why is he saying that he's so great? But when Krishna does it, the devotee becomes so enlivened. When we read Gita, Krishna explaining, therefore I am supreme. We feel so happy. Krishna is so great. We like to read that. Devotees become enlivened. He says in many of the Krishna rightly says, I'm so great, I'm powerful. Ato loka asmi, ato veda lokasmi pratita purushottamaha. Therefore, the Vedas glorify me and the people as the Supreme Personality of God, because I am beyond Akshara and Akshara. And another place he says that Bhokta Prabhu Revacha, I forgot the beginning. Bhokta Prabhu Revacha. Aham hi sarvayagranam Bhokta cha Prabhu Revacha. I am the only enjoyer, not you. Aham hi sarvayagranam Bhokta cha Prabhu Revacha. Yetuam na bhijanati tatvanas chavantite. One who doesn't understand that will fall from his position. In varnashram, in purity, in knowledge, he'll fall. He'll not be able to maintain. If he doesn't understand that I am only enjoyer of everything, meaning we are not, you are not. So, and then he gives great detail how I'm so great. I am like this. I am like this. I am great. And then it evokes bhakti, his vibhutis. When Krishna asked him, Krishna, explain your greatness. Vistaranatmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana. Vistar, explain your expansive great energy and power and mystic power. Again, you told me in chapter 9, you also in 7 you told me. But again you say it, because Srinvato nasti me amritam. I'm not satisfied. Srinvato na I'm not satisfied. I want to hear more and more of your greatness. It's very enlivening. So Krishna explains his greatness, but at the end he says that Arjuna, you should understand, anything beautiful, opulent, what you see in this material world is particle of me. So I have many lectures pertaining to this. Example, if we see, we are so much sometimes attracted to some material form who's so beautiful in this material world. People are enamored by some beautiful looks. But then you understand that this is a particle of Krishna attracting. Then what about Krishna? What will happen the day when we, of course, we are already attracted by Krishna in its form of this prasad. But what will happen the day Krishna personally comes? How attractive will be? It will just manohar, steal my mind from everything else. So that's the point, that the greatness of Krishna is that whatever we see in this world is particle of that. But people are attracted by this world. But this is his Shakti. They're worshipping the Shakti. There's beyond this something. We have to know that. We want to know the Shaktiman who produced this. And so we have Shaktas. They worship Durga. They worship material energy. They're so enamored. Yes, great. So then how great is the possession of that energy? Is Shakti energy. This is manifestation of the energy. So what about the Shaktiman? That's what we, Vaishnavas, want to understand that. Come to the root. And that is the natural thing, to worship him, not his energy. But Krishna's energy is so amazing, it is, that people get bewildered by that. Seeing that this energy is here and so beautiful makes us think there's another beauty, greater, bigger, somewhere else, greater than this energy. And that's what we want to know. In actuality, there is no reality in the manifested world, Prabhupada writes. There appears to be reality, however, because of the true reality which exists in the spiritual world, where the personality of God eternally exists with this transcendental paraphernalia. Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta. He is in his abode, Krishna. Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta. Kuhakam. Kuhakam means it's play. That place is not artificial or illusion. That is the reality. Kuhakam, illusion. Satyam Param. Nirasta means no illusion. Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam. So now you're describing this world, illusion, bewilderment. We are thinking even there. No, not there. Vyasadeva is saying in this shloka. Not in this, not in that world. That is reality, that is factual. Intelligent person will go beyond this material world and not become influenced and attracted by it. But to go there, we have to lose attraction for this material world. We have to lose that attraction. How? Not artificially. Artificially in the beginning. I don't want it. It's not, no, I don't want, it's not good. I don't want, it's not good, it's not good.
By getting attracted to Krishna.
Yeah, exactly. Param Drishva principle is that we should become attracted by Krishna. Means we have to, how do you become attracted? Just hear about him, you will be attracted. He is attractive. Hear about him, see his form. So that is stage one. Stage one is we have to, of course, not be attracted by material energy. Stage two, become more attracted by Krishna. That's also not artificial. It's something that is natural for the jiva. So this is the section of the purpose. Still a lot is there. Next one is a lot, a big long. Okay, anyway, it's part of the Srimad-Bhagavatam, it's part of it. We're happy to read it. Okay, Hare Krishna. Any question? Yeah, question.
No, you mentioned Krishna is only enjoy.
Yeah.
So like when I sleep, I also enjoy.
We know.
So like actually my pleasure is only in sleeping. So I don't get pleasure much in eating, but in sleeping. So I'm also enjoying, or like
You're saying that even in sleeping, you
enjoy.
Yeah, that is an enjoyment of some kind.
But the Krishna is saying that only I am the enjoyer. So, but I'm enjoying in sleeping. So I'm doing sleep.
The sleep that we need, that we should, because sleep is needed for serving Krishna.
Yeah.
We are servant of Krishna. If we just sleep that much, that is a necessity, just like food. There's one stage where the food we need, there's food we need and food we want. So that much food, I'm speaking, but I'm not on that level. But you asked me, so I'm telling you that it's stopped now, it's okay. That the food people eat for necessity, you have to do that. Otherwise, how will we serve Krishna? It's not our body. When we come to Krishna, it's his body. So we have to maintain it to serve him. So we need to sleep. We need to eat properly.
How much sleep is needed exactly?
Prabhupada said 6 hours.
6 hours.
In one place he said 5 to 6 hours. In one place he said 5 to 6 hours. Or 6 hours. That's what is needed. And so I know many people, they sleep like 9:30 to 3:30 or something like, 6 hours. But sometimes difficult due to services or work, and you sleep late. But the sleep, how much is needed, that we can see how much actually human being, I was speaking with an Ayurvedic doctor. He said, actually people need much less sleep than they are sleeping. They need much less sleep than they are actually sleeping. 8 hours, 7, 9 hours.
I was reading some article about this sleep. This doctor says as an adult, you have to sleep at least 8 to 9 hours. So if anybody sleeps 8 to 9 hours, then he will not get time. It's only he will do work and sleep.
Yeah, that's not true. No, I'll tell you how to sleep less. One is eat less, especially at night. Another is sleep earlier, because Prabhupada said 8 to 12 is the best sleep. After that, you need to sleep double to get the same amount of sleep. So Prabhupada slept at 8 or 8:30, woke up at, I think, 12, something like that. Then did his translation, then jumped around, then attended Murari, so many things. That's how to sleep less. That 8 to 12 is the best sleep, but no, that will not be possible for us, definitely.
Is it good to sleep by 9:30 and
yeah,
wake up at 4?
I know many senior devotees sleeping 9:30 to 3:30. Many who are able to regulate 6 hours. That's it, no more. Then sometime in the afternoon, 20-minute rolls, 20-30 minutes. If we are under mental strain, we may need more sleep.
Yes, because
Now it's unnatural.
Worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Then it's mental.
Then you need more. And that's due to this unnatural material life. So sleep, yeah, it's an important thing because excess sleep causes tamagun, which covers our consciousness.
How much sleep is tamagun? I don't know.
Exactly, there's a purport, Prabhupada mentioned there that one who sleeps more than 6 hours is definitely affected by tamagun. Here, actually, it's written in a purport in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Okay. Srimad-Bhagavatam,